see it? You see the water coming in? Let's see if it's gonna crash. Okay. Caribbean Chronicles by Liesel. Finding Blue Waters Beach in Antigua, Day 2. Day 2 was all about finishing what I started the day before. I had identified 5 beaches in St. John's Parish that I wanted to visit, all by walking, and I managed to see only 3 the day before. If you'd like to know more about that experience, click on the link on the right side of the screen now. So as the day started, I had a list of things I wanted to do. Get to Charlotte's Cove and Blue Waters Beach, spend some time there. On the way, grab some breakfast that would afford me a beautiful view over the island if possible, as well as finish off the beach hopping with some time on Dickenson Bay, and hopefully book some activities for the following days. Walk downtown to grab some dinner, and then make my way to English Harbour or Jolly Harbour area to retrieve my hat that I had forgotten with Lordy. So come along with me. For this episode, a recap recording I made whilst on the island will guide you through the activities of the day. So do an intro, and then I would show you the activity, and then we'll continue with the recap, and I'll show you the next activity, and then we'll finally get to the evening experience. So you kind of get the structure of today's episode. Do come along with me. Let's check out what happened on Day 2 in Antigua. So far so good. This is Day 2, my full day on the island in Antigua. And it's been an exciting day this morning. First of all, I started my plan with, initially I said, okay, I'm not going to make it all about beaches, but like, you know me, I love walking down the beach and I just like being in the water. So since I didn't really book anything and I wasn't like feeling like going on a tour and being immediately like in this whole war tour thing, because I think that's one of the things I feel about the islands, that when you get in, you immediately have this, oh my god, we have to do this, we have to see this, we have to do this, and I don't want that. So I just wanted, first of all, like, let's chill, let's just chill. Anyway, that's always been the drill, no? This morning I was like, okay, come girl, we're gonna do the other 2 beaches in St. John's Parish that you had on your list. So first one was Charlotte's Cove, again Charlotte's Cove, and then Blue Waters Beach. Now, I don't know, the pictures from Charlotte's Cove kind of like sort of gave it away that it was secluded. Blue Waters Beach, I didn't really pay attention to the pictures. I was like, and I saw there was a Blue Waters Spa and Hotel blah, and I thought, oh great, I mean, maybe I should do my spa day there, right? So I said, okay, fine, I put it up in Google. Google puts up, I think it's called Marble Hill Road. My people, this thing is like expressway. There's no way to walk. Like, the few minutes I walked on that road, I was like, they will not come and kill me for my family in Antigua. This road is like, fion, 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 fion. And I'm like, hey, wahala. This is not for walking. This is not for walking. Please, let me get off this road before I come and cause trouble for the people of Antigua. So I saw something drive, and then I turned up. The funny thing is, before I got to that Marble Hill Road, I kind of walked through a neighborhood that was like, okay, different, right? You see all the buildings, broken down cars and blah. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to be filming here because I don't want to draw attention to myself. I passed some people outside, and the guy was like, you look like you're lost. Or I said, like, you look like you're coming from afar. I was like, no, not too far. But I was like, ooh, okay. Nicht auffallen. Anyways, so I'm walking through it, and then I get to the Marble Hill, whatever. So like when I get to, I don't remember, something that starts with S, I just branch off. I'm like, there are roads running parallel to this Marble Hill thing, and it's in residential areas. I'll walk those. I'm not gonna kill myself just to get somewhere. So I had heard of trade winds on Sunday because I was asking for where to get breakfast, and someone told me they had brunch, and he directed me kind of like, I was like, okay, whatever, let's see. I don't really want to get off the beachfront, so maybe another time. So looking at the map, I realized that, I am gonna pass trade winds. And at this point, honestly, I was drenched. That was about like an hour something into my walk. And guess what? I went through Paradise View Road. Oh my God, the buildings there. And then one woman nearly eyed me into the ground because I was filming. She came out of a chic house. I was like, okay, ma'am, I'm not filming your house. It was just a road. But yeah, that's where the shikimiki houses are. And okay, with their big fat-headed dogs that back at you till there's no end. And I'm like, I get it. You probably need protection or something. But like, that is far from relaxing. So, whoa. Every corner, I'm like, I had that in St. Lucia though. Like, in a place where my Airbnb was above Castries. God, every time I walked down to Castries, whoa, was like on symphony. I was like, Jesus, thank you for the quiet. But then I said, if they were quiet, then I should know I'm in trouble. So they're making noise, I'm safe. Any which ways. So I do, and I come out at Trader Inns, and I think, okay, fine. I've walked to bed, and I don't know when else I'm going to eat. And I wanted to just sit down and kind of dry off a little bit. And I saw another property where there was this amazing view. And I thought, okay, this hotel must have an amazing view. Otherwise, it would be useless. I mean, like if it didn't have the view where it was located. And so I went to the reception. I said, did you have a cafe or something with a view? And she was like, oh, we have a restaurant. So I got into the restaurant and I thought, oh, okay, I can have an Antiguan breakfast. And now someone's going to comment and say, oh, that's the tourist stuff. Hey, it could be the tourist stuff. I will do local stuff when I'm in downtown. So I had the Antiguan breakfast. I have to be honest, there was something like okra soup in it. I was like, wait till I put okra soup for breakfast. Say who die. So that one, I did not eat it. I tasted it. I tasted everything. I was like, for me, it does not work. But everything else, I cleared it out. The saltfish, the buns, and blah. That was amazing. I would say it was a bit similar to the thing I got in St. Lucia. Apart from the fact that there was avocado, there was hard-boiled eggs, and the saltfish, and then the bread buns. And there was this sauce and some salad. And then that okra thing, I was like, I don't eat that type of one for breakfast. I don't know book. So I don't know what's with the okra thing. If you're Antiguan, please let me know what's the deal with the okra thing for breakfast. Or was that the let's give the tourists everything at once? Or do you guys actually eat that like that at home? Anyway, so I had the breakfast. And then I asked the lady about Blue Water. And she was like, ooh, that's far. Are you going to walk? Are you ready for the walk? I said, yeah, that's the point. And then she said, no, go like this, blah, blah, blah. So then I got up and I went, oh my God, my people. First of all, like I said, I did not know it was secluded. Secondly, the road to that beach, the beach is amazing. The road to it, honey. So when you get off the road from Trade Winds and then you go up, I think it's Palm Drive. And there's another road. Once you get to that point, you see that they say no dumping refuse. I think it was supposed to be a sign to keep people off, but from that point, it showed me 1.3 kilometers. So I would say the first 400 to 500 meters is like walking through a refuge dump. There was a broken down car, there was an overgrown mattress, there was all sorts of things, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. And then that Charlotte's Cove, this Google map, it wanted me to follow one weird road. When I entered, I said, no, you cannot get me. First of all, it was totally overgrown and it was like public toilet. I was like, you are not going to make me follow this road. So I said, Charlotte Cove, I'm sorry, this is where we part ways. So I came back out and came back to the where it says no dumping, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this road looks wider on the map and it looks wider in front of me, which means cars ply it. So I'll be less walking into grass because I was wearing shorts, and before you know that's everything has beating me or biting me in Kobana. So I followed that road. But again, it was very, there was no one. And I was like, okay, in case someone just see me from the bush, don't attract too much attention. So I didn't really bring out the camera. I didn't film anything. I was like, oh, so that if they see me, they'll think I'm somebody from there that is lost or something. I don't know. So I walked down, and honestly, I didn't see anyone. And I can't tell you. I don't know if it's safe or it's not safe. I did not see anyone. Let's just put it that way. I walked down and I just realized, oh my God, it's a secluded, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's amazing. But I was like, it is a secluded beach. And I've got 1.3 kilometers to walk back to where other people are, right? And I was like, okay, girl, well, that's interesting, but let's enjoy it. So there is a hotel that you can see in the back, and you know they pick up people on the boat, you know, people kayaking and all of that. It was nice. It was nice. I really loved going to that beach, and then. Okay, so good morning, day 2 in Antigua. So yesterday I had actually 5 beaches on my list that I wanted to go to. I made it to only 3. There are 2 left. I feel like one of them, oh, I have to make sure this, oh wait, is this where I go up? Because this is Antigua Sea View, and yeah, I wanted to go up this way and turn. Okay, so this is where I go. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I put on the map today to go to Charlotte's Cove, and Google recommended a route. The route it recommended was walking up the Marble Hill Road, which is a bad joke because that's like a highway and there's no pathway to walk. So you've got crazy cars, and it's not wide. You've got crazy cars just driving past you like vroom, 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 and you don't have any way to walk, and it's so loud. So I've decided I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna try and follow some side streets to get to where I'm going to. But I might even kind of follow the track from yesterday, because I could have walked from Dickenson Bay there, which is along the coast, which is probably much quieter and less loud as the Marble Hill Road. And I don't think people actually walk on that road because I didn't see anyone walking. I just had a lot of cars zap past me, which was like scary. So now I'm doing side roads. Oh, but the sun's coming out, so it's beautiful. I'm gonna show you the view in front of me with the birds, and these are like super nice houses and neighborhoods. So I think this is more like, so I went past I would say the lower class neighborhoods, and then by entering this area I think I've come into like the upper class neighborhoods, more or less. The houses are bigger, nicer. Just have a lot of green in between. I guess that's what makes it an island, I guess. But anyways, I'm going to, where am I? So I'm going to walk to the end of this road. Then I'm going to go to McKinnon's Way. And then I'm going to either go into Goodwin Street. I could take the Paradise View Drive. I'm guessing if it's called that way, there's something to see. This is not much to see. But I like that house in the back. How poor them if they have to come up from here. Oh my God. I don't know if that Charlotte's Cove is even worth it. Good thing is near the Blue Waters and it's near Dickenson Bay. So if I figure out it's not worth it, I'll just walk the few meters back and go hang out at Dickenson Bay. For my part, I'm already a little bit tired. Or let's say that walk on that way was really not relaxing and got me on the edge a little bit. But we're gonna take care of that. And I left my hat at Lori's place. She was out last night, so I don't know if she's back. I'm gonna try and reach her later today. For now, yeah, I like the gentle breeze, the sun coming out a little bit, but it's not yet hot. So I'm hoping I get to where I want to go to on time, and that I don't get bit up by the sun. But let me show you this. Look at that. So that's the road where I'm going to turn off, but you already see that they're kind of like elevations here, you know. Okay, I'm gonna put you off. So it does have some views. I'm hoping it gets better at some point. I am drenched, so I'm now walking against the light, so this is not nice. I probably have to turn to do it. but when I get over it, I think that's a German flag. Oh, German, Canada, Antigua. Morning. And just so that's a German flag. That's a Canadian flag. I don't know if it's the embassy, but here is Plantation Avenue. How very thoughtful. Um, So this is the Blue Waters Beach. It's cool. It's really cool. If you're looking for somewhere to be by yourself, and I don't know what that is, and this could be it. I'm gonna take a few pictures, right? I'm gonna take a few pictures. I don't know if I'll go into the water. I should go into the water because of all the stress I've been on. But then my insecticide will go off. It is nice. It is seriously nice. There's not much of an area for you to. It is beautiful and secluded. So if that's what you're looking for, it's really good. I'm not quite sure that's what I'm looking for. I just wanted to see it because, I mean, like, they say, let me sit down here. Okay, good. They say Antigua has like 365 beaches, and I mean, like, why not go find them, right? So Catlin's Cove was for me a dead end, because like you had to go through this part that had grass and blah, and I'm wearing shorts, and I was like, nah, I don't want to get bitten, especially since they warn you about Zika and dengue and all of that. So I sprayed myself with the repellent, but I don't take it out of the house, so that's a bad decision. I should really take it with me. What I did take is my sunscreen, but this is t-shirt number 2 because I've sweated out the first one. I think I'm gonna walk over to that rock there and put my other t-shirt to dry, because here is a bit crafty coming up here with the water. I think that one is more accessible. And I might go into the water. So you see there's a guest house there in the back, and boats and blah blah blah. I had to check which one it is, but this is actually not bad. It's not bad, but I would not. Oh my god, let's look at that. I mean, I think it was totally worth it, okay, in all fairness. So this is the Blue Waters Beach. You walk through a really crazy path to get here. Wow, can you see how clear it is? And I didn't ask if there was anything, there's just like it's weeds, hopefully. But it just does look like just weeds. They are weeds, right? Not some kind of animals. It's weed. You're getting scared after entering the water. You're like, what is it? It's just weeds. So there's this property here, and there's this. Can you believe it? Like, there is this crazy beach by myself. So how did I get here? I walked from my hotel. The initial plan was to go to Charlotte's Cove, but then the way to go to Charlotte's Cove didn't impress me much, and since I was wearing shorts, I was like, I do not want to go through that grass and scratch myself up. This one is a bit wider because I think you can drive. It's actually a road that cars drive on. Yeah, so I walked down it. I've just realized there's nothing else here. there is that hotel. So either I would be brave enough to swim with all my stuff to that hotel to get out of the way, or I'll just calmly go back the way I came, right? So I'm just going to enjoy the water a little bit, and then I think I will walk back to trade winds. When I'm around you, temperature up. Of course, this is in the light. What's this like? 360 spin, taking you with me, and the waves are moving in. Water is good. They do a lot of helicopter stuff here. I don't know what they show you. Maybe people like me. There you go. It's not good for your health. Uh-oh. Did you see that? Look at that. That's cool. I'll wait for it to crash again. Okay, so it drizzled a little. Now I feel like the sun came out with vengeance, but I'm about to leave, so I'm gonna spin and show you. Not my latest discovery. I'm not Christopher Columbus. I'm just walking on a secluded beach. The blue waters of the beach, and I want to show you the other end, because I showed the other one, and then I will go. It drizzled a little bit. Then my phone started to give up hope. I was like, hey, wahala. Thankfully, I always take the office phone with me. So I started to try to, after doing everything, I said, let me retrace my steps. And then I looked and said, come on. I could see Dickenson Bay from Tradewinds. And I said, okay, then there must be a way to walk down there, no? So I asked the lady back then. She said, yeah, you can walk down that road and you get there. So I put in the map from where I was, from, the point where it says jump. So after I worked the 1.3 kilometers back, I put Dickenson Bay, and it said 23 minutes. I was like, 23 minutes. When you've been walking like almost 2 hours, what is 23 minutes, no? That one is not anything anymore. So I started coming out, my phone died. I was like, hey, wahala. It didn't die, but like it sure just turned the screen down because it was like 9%. I was a trouble day. So I was trying to follow the route, remember where I'd been. And then I walked down to Dickenson Bay, but I came out of Rialton. I really don't know if I'm pronouncing that hotel right. Is it Rialton, Canyano? So, but then, like I said, I thought, oh, I might do a spa day there. So I went to the desk to ask them about a spa card, and she was like, blah, 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 you have to go up front. So they took me up front. I met this really lovely lady. I think she's called Bran or Brenda. I mean, they all have very interesting names that I've tried to remember, forgive me. But she took me to the reception, and so I talked to the guy at the reception, and they have a day ticket or day pass for $175 US. It's in promotion, and like I said, I still have my 100 euros for my wellness thing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna split that up and use it for that. But I was thinking, should I do it tomorrow, or should I do something else tomorrow? Is there some sort of a sunset cruise? Is there something I could do? Turns out they are not running the sunset cruise, but they have an excellent catamaran cruise that goes around the island. And I'm like, check, chickity check. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I have booked a tour for tomorrow. I'm going to do the Excellence catamaran, which actually sails around the island, and I booked it from Rivertown, so it's 130. They also have a day pass. I'm gonna do the day pass on Christmas Day. My hat is at Lordy's, so I'm gonna go get it this evening. I asked them about the taxi there. I mean, it's insane. I'm not going to pay them to get in a taxi to go home. I just have to figure out what the alternatives are, and depending on what they say, that's what I'm going to do. But for now, I'm here at the beach, and I will leave from here to my place so I can change, and then after which I will go to Lordy's and see this beach. So look at it. This is it. Did it. Ooh, it's nice. Oh God. Don't stop. Ooh, this is a better shot. We are going to go down the beach, and I'm going to hope that my trousers get dry. Like, I put on the shorts before they got dry, and now they're so not dry, and the sun is not steady, so I'm looking at wearing like wet pants. I hope they're dry. They're not dry. They're really not dry. Thank God for the lady I met, because first of all, she got me the tour. Like, I went into the tour shop and they were like, oh, we don't have anything, it's fully booked, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm one person, come on, like, seriously. Anyways, so after this, there's no one, so I left, and then she said, did you get it? And I said, hey, I'm trying to book a tour, but then she said, come back, come with me. I'm like, oh my God, I have angels everywhere. I have angels, and they make things happen for me. She took me back, and we got a tour for tomorrow, and I want to do my day pass the day after, but I want to see euro to Eastern Caribbean dollar. So I paid 20 EC. Sure, I paid €7, and I think that's fair. It was like roughly €7 for my taxi drive here, and if I take the bus, it's €1. So I'm do bus a little bit, you know, like, let's balance it out. And then I asked the girl in front at the reception, I said, how much are they going to charge me to take me from there? It's a 7-minute drive from there to where I'm staying. And she was like, 50. I said, 50 what? 50 EC or 50 US? US. I'm like, crickets. So I left her. So big ups to my angel, my own personal angel. I gotta do something special for her for Christmas. She's been a blessing. Any which ways, right now, I'm waiting for that phone to charge because I don't want it to do what it did. I don't want it to do Obanji for me again. But now we have to go to town. And I'm seeing that even though I went back out of that grassy way, they got me. Because I have the bites on my leg already, I can see it. So I'm going to spray the insect thing again. And hopefully, yeah, it wasn't any nasty thing that bit me. So that's it for right now. I have not gone to town, so let me make my way down to town. Now, really, let me go see the town. I'm taking the €1 bus. Let's go. So I didn't take a taxi because it's 27 minutes walking, so I'm walking. This is the harbour area. Don't know why that thing is turning that way, but let me do this. I just had dinner at Roti King, and then I decided to walk forward, and this is the, oh God, I don't know if you say K. It's Quay. As you can tell, my voice is still messed up, but I think this is where all the boats leave, and that might be where, if I was getting a ferry to go to St. Kitts and the rest of them, but I think that's the Barbuda Express. Yeah, this is the Barbuda Express one. Let me turn. I mean, you can't see anything because it's really dark, but that's it there, and that's Aida over there. And there's one that has pulled out, is a bit in distance. I don't know if that was Mein Schiff, but I think Mein Schiff left yesterday. That's the casino. There's supposed to be like karaoke there on Sundays. Like, I didn't even bother. Like, I was like, nah, not doing that. So any which ways, I am going to have to figure out if I can somehow take a taxi or take a bus to English Harbour, and then from there take a taxi, because having to pay $40 back and forth, it's like $80 to go and get my hat is wahala. So I'm going to find out where I can get a bus to English Harbour or to Jolly Harbour, and when I get there I can see if I can rough up a taxi, because 65 EC is what? I think he said, did he say $65 or 65 EC? But either way, I will see if I can call. Let me ask this lady here, she might know, and try and figure out some things. Now she's disappearing. When you want to ask people things, they start running away. But all the same, I'll show you where the tourist information was. Let me know if you've been to any other beaches or some beaches that gave you the experience that I had at Blue Waters. And thank you for joining me on today's episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Yours truly, Liesl81.